Good morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you.
Ma'am, what should we undertake? Morning, ma'am.
In the last class, listen, in the last class, we were doing the reading comprehension. We read a passage about the llama, right? And I hope you remember the videos I showed regarding this spitting experts, right?
Ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
And apart from llama, there are other two creatures who are expert spitters. One is,
Archfish.
yes,
Archfish, spitting cobra. Snake.
and spitting cobra. Exactly. Okay. So we will write the answers of
Ma'am,
this
spitting
passage.
cobra. Ma'am, spitting cobras as type of cobras. They will spit.
Okay. Now, shall we write the answers, or before that, shall we read the passage once again? Because it's been many days. I ask you to go through the passage again and find out the answers. How many of you have done it? How many of you found the answers? Okay. So we will start writing the answers. How does spit help human beings? That's the first question. And the answer is there in the first paragraph. Okay, Adidev, give me the answer.
Spitting saliva helps human beings to have food.
Look at the text, look at the passage and give me the answer.
Swallows.
Okay, good. In talking and swallowing the food. Okay. So
Food.
please get your pencil ready and write the answer. First answer. Spit helps human beings in talking and swallowing food. Please make sure that you copy down the answer without mistakes. Take care of the punctuation. Please make sure that you start the sentence with capital letters. Put a full stop at the end of the sentence. And please try to write it along with me. Now the second question is, how do spitting cobras protect themselves? Give me the answer from the passage. How do spitting cobras protect themselves? Who can give me the answer for that question? It is there, the answer is there in the last paragraph. You should be able to find the answer from the passage. And yes, Adinath.
The spitting cobras will spit from their teeth with a venom. The venom, it will come to our eyes. We have pain and we can be cold, be
Okay,
bright.
protect themselves. Okay. So they spray. So instead of spitting cobras, we are using the
Ma'am, I see it
pronoun.
spitting in the, I really see it.
Okay. They spray venom from their fangs. That is the word, fangs. Fangs is the sharp and curved teeth in which the venom will be stored. And I told you the specialty of fangs, it will be tubular. There will be hollow inside so that it will be just like a pipe. The venom, the poisonous venom will be stored in that. They spray venom from their fangs to protect themselves. To protect themselves. All of you, please keep your audio muted. I can hear conversations at home. Yes, thank you. They spray venom from their fangs to protect themselves. Venom, V-E-N-O-M. The poisonous liquid is called venom. And fangs means the sharp teeth on both sides. On both sides of the snake's mouth, cobra's mouth. They spray venom from their fangs to protect themselves. Now, the third question is, write the present continuous tense form of each of the words below. So please, I'm going to write a sentence, no need of writing that, just wanted to make you understand what is present continuous tense. You are writing in your book. Okay, you are writing in your book. This is a sentence in present continuous tense. So what are tenses actually? What do you mean by tense? Do anyone know? What are tenses? Abel, do you know the answer? Okay, Laya. Yes, Laya, tell me. What are tenses?
Tenses are a type of word that shows timeline.
Yes, timeline. Like we do different actions, right? And they are called verbs. And the timing of the actions. And basically, the actions happen in three basic timings. That is present tense. The actions that are happening in the present time is called the sentence. It is an action in present tense. The action that got over, that got completed is past tense. And the actions that are going to happen are in future tense. So basically, we have three tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. This will be taught in detail in your grammar class. Have you learned tenses in your grammar this year? Yes. Okay. And again, the present tense, past tense, and future tense are further divided into 4 different tenses. That is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. It might sound a bit confusing when you hear that, but it's very easy. Right now, we are dealing with just present continuous tense. What do you mean by present continuous tense? From the name itself, you can understand it is an action that is continuing at the moment of speaking. Now, what am I doing? I'm talking to you. So, the verb there is talking, and we write ing form of the verb. Talk is the verb, and we add the letters ing along with the verb to make it in present continuous tense. Okay, just keep that in mind. So the verb will have the ing form in present continuous tense. And what do you mean by present continuous tense? An action that is going on at the time of speaking. Okay, an action that is going on continuous. Now, look at this sentence. You are writing in your book. So which is the verb here, Nihal? Which is the verb here that is showing that the sentence is in present continuous tense? Writing, exactly, writing. And see, we have put we have put ing along with the word write, right? Write plus ing gives the word writing to form the sentence in present continuous tense. And of course, the word are is there before the verb to show that it is in present continuous tense. All the continuous tenses will have the ing form of the verb, whether it is present continuous or past continuous or future continuous, which you will be learning in detail in your grammar classes. Okay, I'm not going to deal with that. Okay, so here the question is, write the present continuous tense form of each of the words below. Now you understood what is a present continuous tense form, ing form. Okay, so first one is walk. So what will be the present continuous form of walk? Isra, what will be the present continuous form of walk?
Walking.
Exactly. So please write the answer. Walking. W-A-L-K-I-N-G. Walking. Next one. Amil. What will be the present continuous form of the second word? Talked. Talked. You don't know. Yes, Prajwal. Admin Prajwal.
Talking.
Talking. I know, Amil, you are not able to unmute, right? Is it you're not able to unmute? What happened? Just check once again. Is there any problem with your device? Last time also it happened. Okay, fine. The next one is stole. Who can give me the present continuous form of the word stole? So first thing you should know which is the base verb, which is the verb. And then you have to add ing and make it into present continuous. Varada, do you know the answer? C, stole. Who can give me the answer of that? Stole. No response?
Calling.
No, not stoling. Yes, Abel. Because stole is a past tense of a verb. So you should identify the correct verb there. And then you have to add ing. Yes, Abel?
Stealing.
Exactly. Yes, it is stealing. Children, stole is the past tense of steal. S-T-E-A-L. Thieves steal the things, right? They rob the things. That is the meaning. Okay. And here you have to put ing with the present form of the verb, the base form of the verb. Only then it will come in the present continuous form. Okay. Now, fourth one, the meaning of appetite. What do you mean by the word appetite? Does anyone remember? I had explained it in the class. Yes, Gauri.
Hungry.
Yes, hungry. So, you can write it in the noun form, hunger, appetite, hunger. Very good. Now, fifth one, we have match the following. Abrid will give me the answer of this. Abrid, get ready.
Mat.
Just a moment. The screen sharing was stopped. Okay. Where is Abrid? Can't find Abrid. Yes, Abrid. Are you ready? Abrid. Yes.
Yes.
Fifth one. Match the words with their correct meanings. Did you see two columns there? Column A and column B. Right? Huh. And under column A, we have three words. Their meanings are there in the column B, but not in the proper order. So you have to tell me which is the correct answer. So the first word is soften. What will be the answer? Look at column B and tell me what will be the meaning of the word soften. A, B, or C? Look at the book. Look at the book. Read all the 3 meanings and tell me what will be the meaning of the word soften. It is something related to soft, right? Answer is given there. Look at the 3 options. Which is the answer for that?
C.
Very good. C, to make soft. Okay, to make soft. And Abrid, second one, surviving. Surviving. You have 2 more remaining answers.
A.
Very good. Continuing, to live in spite of problems. Surviving. And obviously the third one will be venom.
B.
B. What is venom? Venom is poison. Yes. The poison produced by the snakes are called venom. Okay. So 1, soften is to make soft. Surviving, continuing to live in spite of problems. And venom is poison. Please complete it. Very good, Abrid. Are you able to see the screen? Shivadhyan, can you see the screen? Okay. Just show a thumbs up, okay? Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on to the second passage. Second passage, it's a beautiful story of the selfish giant. Has anyone heard the story of selfish giant? Has anyone heard the story of selfish giant? If anyone had, yes, Laya has heard it, or Anne Maria. Anne Maria, have you heard the story of selfish giant?
Oh, ma'am.
No. And Rohit has heard it. Okay, Rohit, can you just give the summary of the story?
Ma'am, it will be a beautiful garden. Many
Okay.
children will come to play there.
Okay.
And the beast will come to there and he will be disturbed by the sound of the children. And he will tell to the children to don't come to the garden. Then
Okay.
in the summer season, the garden will become dried and the beast will take war without hearing the sound of the children. Then he understand what did he do.
Okay. Then he finally calls back all the children and the garden will become beautiful again, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He gave a very good summary of the story of selfish giant.
Ma'am, it is there.
Yes, it's there. I'll show small clippings of it if possible, if there is time. Once upon a time, there lived, all of you please look at passage 2. Once upon a time, there lived a beast in a faraway land. The beast lived in a large house that had a beautiful garden. It had flower-bearing plants and fruit-bearing trees. It was so beautiful that people could not stop praising it. Children especially loved it. They always came to play in this garden, but soon the beast got irritated with them coming into his garden. The annoyed beast shooed the children away and built a huge wall around the garden. He stood at the gate, guarding it. The children were no longer welcome in his garden. The beast kept watch, and the children stayed away. Many days passed. The garden lost its vigor and did not bear any flower or fruit. One day, a small girl entered the garden without the beast noticing. Once inside, she was scared of being caught by the beast. So she climbed a tree to hide from the beast. In her presence, the tree started flowering. Seeing the tree flower in the company of the girl, the beast realized his mistake. It broke open the garden gate and let all the children play happily. The garden thus grew beautiful once again. So, this garden was owned by the giant who was very, very selfish, and he got irritated with the presence of the children who used to come and have fun in his garden. So to avoid the children, what did the beast do? What did the giant do? He built a huge wall around the garden, and none of the children were allowed to enter the garden. And the garden became bare. There were no more flowers, no more fruits, nothing. And once, through a small hole in the compound wall, a small girl entered, and she was scared of the giant, and she went and sat on a tree. Suddenly, the tree started blooming, and the selfish giant noticed this and went near the tree and saw the child sitting on the treetop. Then the giant understood his mistake. He understood that the garden is going to become beautiful only in the presence of the children. So he opened the gate of the huge compound wall, and then the children started coming inside and they started having great fun with the giant too, and the garden became beautiful once again. I'll just show you a little bit of the story, and after which we'll be moving on to the questions. Okay, I'll send this in your group so that you can watch when free. Look at the beautiful garden. So children, you might have got an idea. You might have got an idea about the story of the selfish giant, right? Were you able to hear the audio?
No.
No, audio was not there.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you could.
I will see in my laptop.
Okay. I'll send the link.
You put in the
Yes.
WhatsApp.
Sure.
I can clearly see this.
Okay. So I just wanted to show you how beautiful was the garden. So actually, the selfish giant was away from his home for 7 long years. And in this 7 long years, the house was vacant and the garden was, nobody was there to guard the garden. There was no gate, nothing. And the children made it a habit to play there and they enjoyed to the maximum. They were not scared of anything. But after 7 years, when the giant returned, then the whole picture changed. He was so irritated and then he built a compound wall around the garden, around his garden. And when the spring season came, everywhere else there were flowers and birds and beauty of the nature around. But there was still winter in the selfish giant's garden. Okay, and then he understood what has actually happened. He realized his mistake and then he broke open the gate. He opened the gate and allowed the children to get inside his garden again. Okay, who loved the garden the most of all? What's the answer for that?
Children,
exactly.
Now, like
what?
most of the older garden.
Yes. What did the beast do when he got irritated with the children? What did
The beast built a compound wall.
the beast shooed away the children, right? We say, shoo, go away. So he shooed away the children and built a huge wall around the garden. Okay. And then the next question is about writing the sentences in simple present tense. I think we should not go for that because you might get confused. The opposite of pleased in the passage. Which is a word that is opposite of pleased in the passage? Yes. Pleased means happy. Pleased means happy. So can you find out a word from the passage that is the opposite antonym of pleased? Anyone? Just give a guess from the passage. The word should be from the passage.
I'm irritated.
Excellent. Irritated. That is one more word, annoyed. Annoyed or irritated. So with that, we have completed the passage, reading comprehension passages 1 and 2. The answers will be sent to you by WhatsApp. So children, in the next class, that is on Tuesday, we'll start with our new lesson, the last lesson from the textbook. Okay? So that's all. It's time for us to wind up the class. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.